Welcome to Wayzata High School in Plymouth. It's playoff time in boys soccer. The Section 6AA boys tournament starts tonight. It is the number 8 seed, the Cooper Hawks, and the number 1 seed and top ranked in the state, Wayzata Trojans. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligary, and Sig, a very blustery day here. Temperature, not bad, but wind is definitely going to play a role in today's game. You're going to see goal kicks or corner kicks that are going to be very much affected by the breeze.
Yeah, depending on which way you're going, you may kick a ball and it'll end up in South Dakota. Wind's logging right now right about 20 miles per hour. We're guessing our gusts is right around 25 to 30.
Been a great year for Wayzata. You see 9-1-1, as I said, ranked number 1 coming in the whole state. Lake Conference champions, undefeated here. Obviously a tall order for Cooper, but we saw Cooper a week ago against what's a widely respected St. Louis Park team, and the Cooper shocked them by scoring 3 goals very early in that game. They did ultimately end up losing 5-3, but you have to believe that probably opened the eyes a little bit of Wayzata. We could bring this to our players' attention that if we're not ready, they're capable of doing a little damage.
They certainly proved that. You know, as you said, unfortunately for them, in the second half, they gave up 3 goals and then an additional 2 to lose it. But, yeah, they came out very strong, looked very good passing, good control. So Wayzata is not going to be able to sit there and go, well, we're just going to come out for a scrimmage. They may be up against a pretty formidable team, and I don't think Coach Stoinis is going to let anybody on that team be lax. No
state tournament this year, so that means sections is it. Yep. I mean, obviously it's important every year, but maybe even more so this year. You play as being your championship run. 3 more games is the most that anybody's going to have, and obviously Wayzata would have been a team that would have been certainly a contender for a state title, but they're just looking at it as, you know what, this is the way it is. Let's go out and try and win the section instead.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right. Given the season they've had and everybody else, I would think the Trojans would be favored to win the state tournament, but this is as far as we're going to go, and it's going to be a fun game. A little bit windy. You can see the camera shaking around a little bit. Look at our head coach.
Interesting, too, that Cooper across the way, Kent Getchell, their head coach, coaches a number of the Wayzata kids, and they were full of praise for him, but also the other way. I mean, he said it's just a great group of kids over there.
Yep.
They have a great team. So he is looking forward to this game, even though, you're thinking, well, we're a seriously heavy underdog in this game. He was looking forward to seeing those kids that he's worked with extensively over the summer and going against them. And so, there'll be a little bit of that extra added thing for that part of it too. So he knows some of their tendencies and all of that, but whether it's enough to counter a very strong Wayzata team, we will have to wait and see. We'll take a time out here and we'll come back with more. The Wayzata girls will be hosting Armstrong in the quarterfinals. We'll have that one for you on CCX as well. Stay tuned. It's the Hawks and the Trojans up next.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Wayzata as we get set to do battle here. As we said, not as cool as it's going to be Thursday and Friday this week, but definitely the wind will be something of an issue, and I think both these teams probably going to get reminders from their coaches, keeping the ball on the ground.
Right.
Much more effective than trying to play the ball high through the air here this evening, but we'll see kind of how things sort out as you get a look at the bracket for Section 6AA as Wayzata earning that top seed. Washburn is the number 2 seed and hosting South. The tournament continues with Tuesday and then Thursday of next week. A little bit different setup than what it's been in years past, and then that will be the conclusion. I don't want to put it 100% because we've seen things change at the last minute, but as of now, the conclusion of the season will be with these section championships. Starters for Cooper here this evening, Jaden Hove, who, despite giving up 5 goals, was against St. Louis Park. I actually thought he played pretty well last week when we saw the Hawks, and they played a little bit better than what maybe a winless team might look like. They are today without Sam Dennis, who had a couple goals in that St. Louis Park game, as he had a red card in their last regular season game, so it won't be in their lineup here this evening as you get a look at the remainder of the starters for Kent Getchell and the Hawks.
And just like football, they have to hold the soccer ball to keep it from rolling away. We watched their warm-ups, and when the ball started rolling, it went all the way across the field over to the far fence.
See the Trojan starters for Coach Dominic Duenas, Jack Roach, their outstanding sophomore keeper, in net as we get started here. Cooper in white, Wayzata's in blue, and it's knocked high up the field there by Jonathan Engwall and out of play. We will get a throw coming here for Wayzata.
Wayzata coming out very aggressively.
That ball got away from Aiden McGugan. McGugan knocked down in a collision there with Charles Soshewin. Engwall now stolen by Highfield and banged on out of there for the Hawks by Cyrus Jarjay. Trojans quickly got it back, but not for long as it's knocked upfield and then sent, and here's that wind. It can be an aid maybe a little, but it can also be a problem even when you have the wind at your back. Is that ball, obviously he didn't intend to drive it that far upfield. Goal kick here for the Hawks, and they're going to have to try and keep this ball low, you would think.
Yeah, they did, but even then the wind just knocked it right down.
Melquist charging up. Now he gets a return pass. Playing it to the outside. Trojans trying to get something going there.
Looking for a trip, doesn't get it. No call.
Casimir gets the ball back, putting it out front. Hove diving, and then cleared on out of there. It'll be a throw-in as it rolls way out. And Wayzata trying to generate an early opportunity there and almost did so. Melquist coming over to take the throw.
A lot of activity in front of the keeper, but nothing went in. Here we go with the corner kick.
Ooh, and a collision there as foul call against Wayzata as Hove came out trying to work his way through traffic to get to that one.
Free kick for the Hawks.
So yeah, these free kicks, you better take your free kick fast because that ball's going to roll away from you.
Racino's putting it back into play here. Here's Highfield, his pass deflected, but still made it up. Now an opportunity in tight, just jabbed away. Good recovery defensively, still dangerous though. Highfield coming down with it. Tried a left-footed rip, but that one deflecting out of play off of Jarjay. It'll be a throw here, or excuse me, that was Sushi when who got a piece of that one. Look at the ball bouncing with the wind even and it's low like that. McGugan trying to get a turn. And this is going to be a corner coming up here for Wayzata. They will leave the ball here for Hudson coming down to take this corner. They've got some good size with Highfield and McGugan in particular.
It's we've been saying it's going to be tough to get these free kicks or set plays because that ball's moving around. Nice left-footed shot across the goal area.
They get the first header, then the second. It deflects around a little bit and then popped up in the air. And again, the wind knocking that ball right back down. I think Wayzata's strategy here, they got the win in the first half. I mean, they'd like to bury them early and then not really, have to worry about it too much in the second half. Multiple players hitting the deck right there. Foul call's going to go against Cooper.
And Cooper deploying the same defense that we saw against St. Louis Park, where the midfielders dropping way back. They got a 6, 7, 8 back line as as a result of that. So they got lots of players back there.
Melquist, as Sig mentioned, struggling to keep that ball still so he can come and hit it here as it rolls forward a yard or so. Chipping it out front, looking for Highfield. Highfield's header, and there's Hove coming out to grab it up before another Trojan could reach it. But they have made a living off of, in particular, Highfield with headers off of corner kicks and throw-ins and free kicks. This one's going to bounce all the way back, and Hove ranging over to grab it. He's got to make sure he gets there. Again, the wind. You don't think about having to judge a ball on the ground with the wind, but even that, it almost rolled out of the box. Drives it up a little shy of midfield and sent right back into the Cooper zone. The race is on here. And, Casimir was knocked down.
Yeah, he was knocked down in the back.
Just going to be a throw-in, it looks like, though.
Wow, yeah, no call.
And he was clearly in the penalty area, so that would have had to have been a PK if it was a foul call there. It was not. Melquist will throw it. Ball loose, and there's a shot that goes a little bit wide of the mark there. A pretty decent opportunity for the Trojans as Akibwe came up from his defensive spot and got involved there, but couldn't put it on net. Racinos getting set to take this goal kick here for Cooper. Driving it low upfield. Highfield getting to it first, playing it outside here for Ryan Mahabadi. Mahabadi didn't hit that one the way he wanted to with the left foot. He was kind of running out of space there to do anything with it. So goal kick upcoming here for Cooper. And once again, Racinos will take it. Mahabadi quickly intercepting that one. Chance for the Trojans. Casimir dropping it back. And they'll bring it back out now to Hudson. Keep it moving around to Melquist. Melquist serving one in. Highfield with the header, but couldn't quite get the angle.
Yeah, that ball was already past him from the wind. But that is the play that we've seen before with the Trojans trying to get that ball into that very tall forward. And he's been really good at placing those headers.
Yeah, Highfield from his midfield spots, he's had a really good year. I did not know a lot about him coming into the season, but I think he's got to be right up there as one of the better players I've seen this season. Hawks able to force a turnover. Worked it upfield a little bit. Sushi went at it, knocked away though, and Hudson coming up to McGugan. And then that one picked off. Highfield intercepts that, and then it goes off a Cooper player, and Hove will come out to grab it up here. Cooper obviously being pinned up in their own zone, but at the same time they haven't really given up, anything too special yet. I mean, they're kind of just thinking, okay, well, if we can hang around and kind of keep it like this, I mean, obviously they'd like to get some offense of their own, but if not, they at least don't want to allow Wayzata any, really clean looks at the net. Handball call there as it bounced up into Highfield's hand. And they're going to make him redo it as Cooper went early there with that one and upfield more than should have been. So it'll be Racino stepping up to take it here. He's going to keep it low on the ground. Return pass stolen by Highfield, looking for Mahabadi up the line. Trying to spring McGugan. And they'll have to play that one out. Throw coming for the Trojans.
Another opportunity deep in the Cooper end.
Melquist coming up to take the throw here for Wayzata. No score on the board. With their skill and with the wind, Cooper has seen Wayzata pin them in their own end almost the entire first 9 minutes here, but nothing real substantive as far as scoring chances just yet.
they haven't gotten any quality shots. They only got 2 shots, 1 on goal. 2 on goal, sorry.
Battle for it here. It'll be a throw coming for Cooper as Blaine Estadio Garcia. Flick the pass out wide left there, and they'll have to regroup and try again here.
Now Cooper with some good sharp passing inside the Wayzata zone.
Tried to send one toward the net there. Might have been more of a pass than a shot, but either way it goes out. Goal kick here for Roach. First time the ball's been in Wayzata's end of the field here. And you see Roach getting set. He has a mere 7 shutouts this year in 11 games. Not bad.
Just a mere.
It's, obviously partly the team in front of him too,
Yes,
but
yeah.
he's a good one. Highfield flicking the header. McGugan hustling after, but look at the wind continue to blow that ball. He didn't come close to getting to it. I thought at first this one might be a chance.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't anywhere near.
And as much as you remind yourself about that, it's really hard to do much, to adjust that quickly. When you see, you can see that ball
It
bouncing
just keeps going and
about
going.
twice as fast as it normally would.
And in that shot, you can see the wind blowing that corner flag. It's halfway over.
That free kick hit Highfield, and Wayzata quickly turns it into a turnover there. Now McGugan will drop it back. Hudson serving one in, a high bouncer here and a chance. Oh, and Hove coming up with a dynamite stop on that one.
We saw Hogue before against St. Louis Park doing a great job on some of these saves.
Michael Barica getting a golden opportunity after the ball was missed on that dump in there, and then so it's a corner kick, but boy, Hove did a great job to keep Wayzata off the board.
That was a first-class save.
And now he's conferring with the referee here. What do I do to keep this ball staying there? Hudson.
You want to help me hold the ball so I...
Yeah, he's started it out further and let it roll into the corner, and then the shot goes wide. I think probably a pretty smart thing to ask the referee first before you just try and do something like that.
Right, because you can set the ball up in the corner, go for that kick, and while you're approaching it rolls over the end line. Then what? Does that become a goal kick, or do you get another shot at it?
Wayzata wanting a handball call there. Now they do get the turnover. Here comes Highfield. Dropping that pass off, and that one chipped way up and over the top by Barica.
Yeah, and that one's halfway across to South Dakota. That thing is still going.
So Racinos with a goal kick coming up here for the Hawks. Quick turnover forced. Barica giving it to Highfield. Hudson will keep that ball rotating. And then a nice play to break it up here. But it'll be a throw for Wayzata. Andy Leeson throwing it in onto the foot of Highfield, and then it comes back out to Leeson. McGugan tried to give it back, but it was stolen. Knocked out. It will be a throw here for Cooper. Some good work there by Henry Sua. Now it'll be Engwall with the throw for the Hawks. First they're completing a substitution though, so the referee holds them up until they're finished with that. Francisco Torres Gomez Eagle coming into the lineup for Cooper. Another throw about 5 yards up. Sushi, when trying to get control back there, Highfield jumped in to help. And now Sushi went up with it here for the Hawks and swings it over to the left. But Melquist a takeaway, and he rolls it long up the middle. McGugan hustling, and also Orloff. Orloff putting it out front. Knocked away by the Hawks. It'll be a throw for Wayzata.
Boy, Orlov came out of nowhere, tracked that ball down, and almost got a play on goal with that. Good hustle.
Melquist will take the throw, and there was a good a good example of they tried to send it long, but not long, way up in the air. Here's a bouncer out front. Barica shot into the wall there. Cooper will have to clear it out, and it'll be another throw coming for the Trojans. We've seen it enough over the years where, especially at playoff time, a team can be getting dominated, but if they can keep the ball out of their net for a while, they start to put a little bit of pressure on the favored team.
Yeah, we see that way too many times where the favorite team is having some troubles getting quality shots, and the other team just hanging around, and then all of a sudden they get a breakaway and can be turned into a disaster.
Foul call there against Cooper, so a free kick here for the Trojans. Melquist.
Whoa, scorcher.
Sending that one toward goal, but did not hit it, so a goal kick upcoming here for Cooper. It's another case where the wind may or may not be your friend.
Yeah.
Racino's driving it upfield. Highfield getting first touch on that one. Casimir trying to work his way to the outside and bounced off it. It'll be a throw for the Trojans.
Casimir was mauled on his way over there.
Melquist with the throw. Headed right back out. Melquist trying to hustle to it. And see who this one hit. I think it's a corner, yes.
Good job drawing the corner on that one.
Hudson lining it up for the corner kick. And Highfield got to it, but barely. I mean, again, the wind just playing havoc with trying to control that one.
Yeah, he was running backwards off balance trying to get to that ball. It was just not able to.
Racino's lining it up for the goal kick here. Again, gale force winds. Oh, look at that ball die in the wind. Casimir dropping it to the outside. Now they cross it. Here's a chance. Follow up by Orloff, and he scores. And Wayzata's pressure finally pays off as Orloff buries that one. And the Trojans will take a 1-0 lead.
That all resulted from that kick that the wind knocked down. Trojans were right there to capitalize on it. Good passing. Orloff coming up on the left side, just hammers it away.
Good patience here. Any of the first two guys could have taken shots, and Orloff getting to it with the left foot. I think
tough angle.
Yeah, you see Casimir playing it outside Barica, and then right there, I really, in fairness to Hove, I think he thought McGugan was going to get a touch on that ball, and then when it went by him, he really had no chance.
Right. It was a tough angle. Yeah, you're right. Hove had no opportunity whatsoever to get his hands on that one.
So it's Orloff, his third of the year, giving Wayzata a 1-0 lead. The 17th minute here.
17th minute of the match. That was number 17.
We get a collision here. The call will go against Wayzata. So a free kick here for the Hawks as they put it right back into play. Drop back now to Engwall, and he looks up the line. Oops, not quite able to control it there though, as Shadrick Tamba. And Orloff couldn't trap that one down with his chest, so it'll be a throw for Cooper. Taken by Sua. Return pass here for James Sando, who we thought had a really nice game against St. Louis Park. He had their first goal, but even beyond that, he played really well, number 32 in white. Orloff, though, coming up with that one, sending it for McGugan. The race is on up the sideline. McGugan's going to get there. D gets back, but he's going to draw a corner kick out of it as he played it off. No, I guess not. I thought it hit a defender's foot, but they say goal kick. There's a look at Kent Getchell there. Again, knows a lot of these Wayzata guys really well and has a lot of respect for, their individual players, but their whole program too. But I like, though, that he said, you know what, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do, and it'll be fun to go play them. I mean, it wasn't looking like, oh no, what do we do? Right. I mean, that's the thing. They have nothing to lose. They're not expected to win or even, honestly, to be that competitive in a game like this when it's a 1 versus 8 seed and all that. But you just go out and do your best, and they've done a pretty good job hanging in. I mean, obviously most of the play's been in their end of the field, but haven't allowed a lot of great chances until the one that ultimately went in.
Right, and we're coming up on the halfway mark of the first half. And
Wagner playing it way out. Highfield trying to catch up to it. He did, but then the pass was deflected by the defender, and Hove able to come out and grab it up.
Yeah, but if you figure the number 8 seed against the number 1 seed, and they've only given up 1 goal, that's not too bad. That means they're hanging in there. The defense has been pretty good. That last sequence when they scored, I don't see how in the world they could have prevented that one.
Free kick coming up here for Racinos and the Hawks. And as the ball starts rolling at him, he figures, I just better kick it here.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. You want to take those set plays and get it moving. You can't sit there and wait for your players to get in position.
And that one's going to bounce all the way back to the keeper. So Hove grabbing it up. Cooper's got to be thinking, if we can just hang on until halftime, then at least we'll have the wind at our back in the second half. Battle for it at midfield. Now Wagner had it and then had it taken away.
Boy, I tell you, passing is going to be a nightmare.
Well, that's the other thing. You get in the playoffs, the weather can kind of be a great equalizer a little bit too. Sometimes the really skilled teams have trouble showing it as much as maybe they would on a beautiful September evening. Throw in here for the Hawks. And an illegal throw, so Wayzata now gets the throw in.
And they get it in quickly.
Deflected long. Hove's going to range out and get it. Highfield got in the way of that pass and took it away. He'll drop it into the middle to Wagner. Wagner letting it rip. Had a lot on it, but well wide of the mark. And a goal kick upcoming here for Cooper. 1-0 Wayzata, our score. The Trojans, the top seed, as we said, for Section 6AA, and Wayzata leading it and dominating, but Cooper's done a pretty fair job of hanging in. And obviously, like we said, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but for the fans that are here at the game, they recognize what we're seeing, how much the wind is definitely an issue in this game.
Yeah, it is a big issue. We knew it would be, but I didn't think it was going to be this severe.
Sando dropping that one off there to Sua. Sando trying to work his way out of there. Now Sua receiving.
See, that's the other thing I like about Sando. Not only good individual skills, but knows where his teammates are and gets those passes off.
Casimir looking to get a return pass, and he has a little space to work with up the left side. Casimir trying to cut it back to the middle, but well defended. Just not able to get past Sushi in there. So we will get a throw coming here for Wayzata. As Melquist lining it up. Header there from Christian Reeves. Melquist chased it down and then didn't quite connect with Highfield though, so it will be a goal kick upcoming here for Cooper. Racino's directing traffic. And again, this ball looked good at first and then just pushed back. Casimir hustling in to get it back here for the Trojans. Had to go out left with it, but that pass broken up. Casimir trying to get that one back. They kept the ball in play. Sando, things getting a little physical there, but he kept with it. And let's see this one out off Cooper, as it did not hit a heel on the way out like I thought it might have. It'll be a throw for the Trojans. Leeson will take the throw now for Wayzata. Wagner flicking it ahead. Orloff trying to come back to get it, but the Hawks do a nice job there with it instead. Over for Tamba. And chipped in the middle. They tried to go to Sando, but a little too far there. And Akibwe coming up with it, and he drives it way upfield. Cooper seems to have, at least so far, they've done a much better job of not getting out of position defensively than when we saw them a week ago against St. Louis Park even.
You're right, they're dropping back in unison. They're covering their players. And that's such a difficult thing to learn for defenders, is to stay in your position.
To the outside, and that's the thing. I think high school kids too. They don't, you don't want to make them feel like they're a big underdog coming in. But at the same time, they kind of have to realize that the way they're going to have to play against this team is maybe different than some of the others, just because they're a very skilled team, and they're going to have to be willing to accept that we're going to have to play kind of a defensive style today.
That's probably true. And the other factor that I have to be concerned about is when they draw it back, these Wayzata forwards have so much speed. And we've seen them about 4 or 5 times now where they've been able to penetrate the defense, go past the defense, and set up a play. So they can afford to just send the ball up and then send somebody down to chase after, like this.
Hudson sending it long, and this is going to be a corner. I don't think that's what he wanted to do there.
No. But I can tell you that the coach didn't want him to do that, but he does slow down the play.
Hudson will come out to take the corner kick here for the Trojans as they try and build on a 1-0 lead. A little under 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Wayzata has dominated, but just one in the goal so far.
So this is going to left foot. It's going to curve right in at the net. Hits the post.
Yeah, off the goal post. Don't see that too often off a corner kick. Hudson will drop it back. Melquist serving one in. Highfield with the header. Oh, and Hove was right there. Wayzata got exactly what they wanted out of that one, but he just put it a little bit too much into the middle of the net rather than being able to get it to a corner.
And Hove showed again what we saw last week. He has a lot of intelligence, knowing where the ball's going to be. Good reaction, good reflex. Watch his reflex. Here comes a header from field right there. Knowing where the ball is, knowing where he is, stopping the ball and then grabbing it. That is just great goalkeeping.
Another free kick upcoming for the Trojans as Joe Highfield getting a nice header on net there. And they'll send this one again. Highfield now heading it across. Got a couple of nice touches on that one, but unable to put it on net. Now Hudson, though, up with a steal. And they'll get another corner kick out of it.
You don't want to give that many corners to a team like Wayzata. That's 6.
Hudson getting set to put his foot to it again. And that redirection will go just wide from Orlov.
Boy, he was right there in the right position. He had an open net, just could not connect.
So golden opportunity just goes by the wayside there for Orlov.
Oh, yeah, he
Boy,
knows.
from this angle, I really thought it was going in.
I did too. I thought I was going to hook right in there, but it was deflected out.
And then this goal kick goes right out of bounds. Leeson will throw it in. McGugan a header to the middle. Estadio Garcia stole it and then banged up field. Melquist charging up to meet it, finds Joe Highfield. Chipping it out toward the left, looking for Lyadov. Nice little move in traffic there, and here come the Hawks upfield. Sua sending it up. Clean tackle there, they say, and Hawks quickly get back up and get to it again.
Yeah, Borica doing a good job of covering that. Here's a cross.
Oh, an opportunity in tight here, and then Roach will come out and smother it. Boy, Cooper definitely their best connection, and I thought that one was Estadio Garcia. If he had just been able to get rid of that one a little bit quicker, but the D arrived.
If he could have gotten the foot on it as it came in, that would have been a good clean shot. Here comes the Trojans the other way.
Casimir charging up the right side. Played it around the defender, gets it back, and here's the shot. Oh, it's off the goalpost. And then the first clearing attempt was a swing and a miss, but they get it partially out anyway, and now driven upfield. Oh, Wayzata, another great opportunity there that was inches from going in. It almost was kind of on the inside of the goalpost to the point of deflecting in, but it didn't quite work out that way. Now Highfield a rip. There's Hove with a diving save. It will be a corner kick upcoming for the Trojans.
You see that shot, just right past the keeper, just hit that post just right. Look at that. Boom.
Wagner's shot. Now we have a yellow card issued to Wayzata's Wagner.
I didn't see for what, but he is coming off the field. So he has to be careful so he doesn't get another yellow where he'd be out for this game and the rest of this game and next game if they move on.
Michael Barica coming in to replace him here. Presumably something he said.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
He might have been frustrated himself even after missing that close chance. Here's Highfield's header, and that one just over the top of the net. Boy, they have had a lot of opportunities here. We were saying earlier that, they hadn't really had that many good chances. Well, now all of a sudden they've had a ton of them. And one has gone in, but they could have easily had a few more. Racinos will take it.
Yeah, you can see the value of having a keeper like Hove in there. As we saw that last time we saw him, we knew he had good reaction.
Battle for it in the air here, and ultimately winds up with Barica.
Good patience, moving the ball around nicely.
McGugan chipping it back out to Barica. It'll be another corner kick upcoming for Wayzata.
Trying for the cross and didn't quite get there, but the deflection puts it out. Here's a look at our head coach for Wayzata, Dominic Duenas, in his usual shorts. It could be 10 below zero. He's still out there in shorts. Another left-footed shot coming up on the corner.
Got, I think, an injury to a Cooper player, or possibly a little blood as Engwall referee was over. I think it may have been off his face, that cross.
Yep.
And maybe draw a little blood, I think, from the nose or possibly mouth.
Yeah, that's understandable. And here we go again.
Hudson taking the corner.
Further out this time.
Akibwe with the header, and it will bounce in. That time Hove couldn't read it in the wind, and it ends up over his head and in, and Akibwe will get the goal for the Trojans.
You can see Hove really not happy with that one. He was not really going to be able to reach this. Watch it again.
You don't see a lot of wind-aided headers, but I think that one definitely was.
It carried. I don't think he saw where the carry was taking it.
And he was out kind of trying to move a teammate out of the way and then realized, oh, this one's drifting back farther than I thought. So Miles Akibwe, a dynamite defender, and that's his 5th goal too. So he's obviously can be valuable off of some of those set pieces, the corners especially. So it is 2-0 Trojans. Their pressure and chances finally paying off in a second goal.
And looking down at the chart, the wind gets the assist on that one.
Yeah, Hudson will officially, but yeah, you're right. That one.
Well, he's not going to catch it.
Yeah, rolls all the way out. It'll be a throw here for Cooper. Yeah, normally you wouldn't necessarily want to put that header up that high. You'd think that one would make it an easier play almost for the keeper.
Right.
But that one just kind of fooled him.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that the carry is what did it.
Ooh, there's another big stop as Highfield went with a low, hard left-footed shot. And Hove with the stop, and it'll be another corner kick here for Wayzata. Get a look at that one. Had to range way over.
Let's see if they do it again. Keep it up high.
Here's Akibwe for another chance. Hove got a piece of it twice. It'll be a corner kick upcoming as they found Akibwe's header again. This time directing it downward rather than way up in the air. And you see he nearly got his second in a row there. Here they come again. Now it drifts through to the other side. Played out front. We're going to have, it might be a handball call against Cooper here, I think. And if so, we've got a penalty kick upcoming.
Jeff Case is the referee indicating it was indeed a handball and pointing to the player was called against.
So that will result in a penalty kick here for the Trojans. Another look at this one here as Barika makes the pass. That's a tough one. I mean, he pretty much just kicked it into his hand.
Yeah. See it again. Yeah, no. Boy, that's one you can call either way, but.
Melquist will take this PK here, it looks like, for the Trojans.
Let's see if Hove can come up big on this one.
He did have a stop against St. Louis Park
Yes,
on a penalty kick last week.
He knows how to do it.
And Melquist guesses right and drives that one in to make it 3-0 Trojans.
And you're right. It's a matter of do you guess left or do you guess right? And Melquist guessed the right direction and he received. Keeper's going to go to his right. Ball goes to his left. No chance. Here it is again. Good solid kick.
So just over 2 minutes after Akibwe's goal, we get the penalty kick goal for Melquist, 33-42 in, and that is his second of the season. And so it's now 3-0 in favor of the Trojans. Boy, just what we've been talking about with Cooper, how they'd been hanging in really nice, and if they could get to halftime at 1-0, they'd be feeling pretty good. But that's no longer the case, as Wayzata was just getting chance after chance, corner kick after corner kick, and ultimately they get a couple in.
Well, we were saying that's way too many corners, and Wayzata capitalized on 2 of them.
Big bounce here, and right to the edge of the box is Hove to grab that one up here for the Hawks. I'm sure Cooper probably feeling like they maybe didn't get the call that they thought they should have on what they felt was an incidental handball as the ball was kicked into their players, but it is what it is.
Yep. And we'll take a look at it again, but if it's below the the elbow, then they're going to call it incidental or not.
Drop back out to the outside and volleyed way across. And that one's going to get too high. Lyadov unable to wait for that. He was trying to judge, okay, do I take it on one bounce and try to go with the knee? I mean, that ball just got up too high and kept blowing in the wind. Racinos taking the goal kick here. That's been one problem for Cooper is Wayzata, off the goal kicks that Cooper's taken, Wayzata has come up with an immediate steal probably 80% of the time.
Yes.
Back out Leeson, playing it to the middle, and that one nearly intercepted. And part of that, I think, is the way Cooper has had to, drop back as many players they have, so they're trying to not get caught upfield. Here's Highfield driving a shot there, but that one is wide. Goal kick upcoming for Cooper as we tick down here to 4 minutes to go in the first half. 3-0 lead for Wayzata, the number 1 seed and ranked number 1 in the state. And Sig, we were talking about earlier, of all the years to not have a state boys soccer tournament, we've got Wayzata ranked number 1 in Class AA. We've got Champlain Park ranked number 2 now in Class AA.
Right.
We got Maple Grove ranked number 5 in Class AA. And all 3 teams in our area would have, been at least legitimate players for that state title. And then you got Breck ranked number 1 in Class A, all from our CCX viewing area here. So it would have been fun, but at the same time, you understand. I mean, it's just, we feel pretty good to have gotten in this much of a season, too.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I was thinking about that earlier today. When you see what's happening with other, with other sports, even at the pro level, where games are being canceled. When I look back at the beginning of the season, we were speculating whether or not there would be a soccer season or how long it would go. But I think thanks to the coaches, the players, parents all being very careful about what's going on in soccer, they've been able to play the entire season, and now we're in sections without any, I haven't heard of any major outbreaks.
This one will be knocked out. It's a throw coming up here for Wayzata.
So it seems like Wayzata is doing exactly what they wanted to do. Come out early, come out fast, come out hard, rack up a couple of goals or a few goals before they have to turn the wind over to the advantage of the Hawks. Although, the wind is a factor. The skill level of Wayzata with their individual skills and passing play is going to be pretty hard to overcome.
Sando called for the foul there for Cooper, so we will get a free kick for the Trojans out near the 30-yard line, looks like. Hudson will leave the ball for Melquist. Melquist trying to go way out to the other side of the box here, but that one bounced all the way through. McGugan makes a nice little move with that one. Now sending it way across, and that one hits the football upright. So goal kick coming here for Cooper as we approach 1 minute to play in this opening half. Wayzata has dominated. For a while, Cooper was fighting them off pretty effectively, but then the Trojans getting, after leading 1-0 for a while, adding 2 goals in a span of just over 2 minutes to stretch it out to 3-0.
In the first half, 1 minute.
Cooper had one pretty decent setup that looked like it might lead to something, but the defenders got over to snuff out the chance. Now Barika sending that one up. Hudson races in to trap it down. Now looking to spring Casimir. Casimir waiting for that ball. Ooh, a nice play to knock it away from him, though, by Racinos.
Cooper sending it up front, but nobody was there except blue shirts.
And that pass blocked. It'll be a throw coming for Wayzata, and we tick down under a half minute to play now in this first half.
10 seconds.
Tamba lofting it high in the air, then Melquist sending it up.
4,
And we're going to run out of time here in the first half. So a dominant first half with the wind at their back for the top-seeded Trojans. They lead it by a score of 3-0 at halftime here. You're watching the Section 6AA Boys Soccer Tournament quarterfinals here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School, along with Sig Ligry, MJ Wilcox, Section 6AA Boys Soccer quarterfinal matchup. The top seed Wayzata Trojans leading the 8th seed Cooper 3-0 at halftime as we take a look at some first half highlights. And a very dominant first half with the wind at their back for Wayzata. Earlier on, the story was, all these near misses and good stops and all of that, and then eventually, ultimately, they were able to put some stuff away here. As you can look at Hove making a couple saves, but there is first goal, Orloff burying it, 16:49 in. And then lots of chances after that. Highfield's header. And he has another one that goes just over the top. This one does not go just over the top. It fooled Hove. That was probably his only mistake of the half, as Akibwe got the header, and then a penalty kick goal coming up for Peter Melquist after a handball call in the box. And you see the stats fairly heavily in Wayzata's favor.
Just a bit. 18 shots for the Trojans, none for the Hawks. 7-0 shots on goal. 5-5 on the fouls. 10 corner kicks to 0. Boy, that 10 corner kicks is a big one. 2 of those resulted in goals, and the PK was the other one.
The good news for Cooper is that they'll have the wind at their back in the second half on a night when that definitely means something, but whether it will be enough for them to generate some chances or not, we will remain to be seen here as we get set for our second half of soccer. And again, a reminder, the Wayzata girls game against the other Robbinsdale District School, Armstrong, will be coming up on CCX as well. 3-0 Trojans here. We'll be right back to Wayzata High School.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. We are just underway here in half number 2. Wayzata gaining possession quickly here, and again, they are going into the wind this half, unlike the first. Cooper will have the advantage of the wind with them. Casimir now over to McGugan. McGugan puts on the brakes, drops it back, and then that pass hit him. I don't think it was intended for him, but he stopped it anyway, and here's a chance out high. Hudson, a shot. Oh, and just tipped up and over. It'll be a corner kick as Hove got just his fingertips on that, or that would have been an immediate goal here for the Trojans as Hudson lined it up.
That was closer than you think. Look at that. Just got a fingertip on it, and it rolled over the crossbar for the corner.
Hudson coming out to take this corner kick here. And that one right in on goal there as Hove grabs it. Now you can see the difference. You can almost have to put those right in the middle of the field, or it's just going to sail on you. And it's hard. How do you, when you're punting the ball, how do you say to yourself, I need to take something off it here? I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to change your reflexes.
That throw-in even just died in the wind there. Now the Hawks able to gain possession here. They couldn't get it upfield there to Sando, so it'll be a throw here for Melquist. Right onto the foot of McGugan. Nice throw in. Now Barica dropping it back to Hudson. They'll keep it moving up that left side now. Banged out. It'll be a throw for Wayzata.
And that's exactly what you want to do when you're Wayzata. Keep the ball on the ground, short, quick passes.
Highfield will play it to the outside. Little stop and go move here, and then a shot put right on, and Hove able to come up to grab that one. As Rukshan Ambrose, we've seen his speed pay off late when they tied that Eden Prairie game with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, wasn't that something?
And really, ultimately, that by tying that one instead of losing it, ended up giving them the conference title because they split with Edina, and so that was a huge moment in Trojans soccer this year for sure. When they came back, they had a lot of good chances throughout, but Eden Prairie did a good job of holding them off, and then got one late.
Yeah, Edina ended up 1 point behind Wayzata for the delay conference final standing.
Melquist sending it across. Ambrose able to knock that one down. Back out. Hudson. Now McGugan with the header. Comes around to Casimir. Casimir trying to drag it by a couple, but he couldn't. And we're going to have a foul against Casimir. It'll be a free kick for Cooper. I think for just a split second, the Cooper defender thought they were calling it against him, and he turned around, what? And then they signaled the other way.
Let's see how far they send this one.
Racinos right to about midfield. And then knocked away, though. Barica up with it to Hudson. Highfield receiving. Got the pass away to Casimir. McGugan will drop it back toward Michael Barica. Now Hudson right back to Barica. Finding the foot of McGugan and then goes wide with it to Casimir. Great passing here for the Trojans. Crosses it, and Hove charging out to play it on a couple of hops and came up with it cleanly. Now he drives it way upfield, and Akibwe thought he was about ready to play that one, and then it kept on bouncing over. You see that goal kick going from one keeper to the other, if that doesn't tell you how windy it is. That pass, Casimir couldn't quite get there, so a throw coming for Cooper. And that ball bouncing right near the line and then out. It'll be a throw for the Trojans as Melquist will trigger it in. McGugan able to trap it down. Now looking for Barica, but a nice step up there by Racinos. Now Estadio Garcia. Pass didn't connect, and Akibwe pops it way up in the air.
That's going to roll over the touchline. Yeah, both teams not wasting any time on the throw-ins or the set plays.
Be a throw for Wayzata. So Cooper, kind of hoping that the wind would help them out, get at least get some offensive zone time, but so far not quite working out that way. Foul call here against the Hawks, and it will be a free kick here for Wayzata. In the first half, Melquist had to worry about not hitting it too hard so that it just sailed over the net. Now he's got a different issue to deal with here.
Well, we'll see if maybe they'll try it and send it up high to create confusion on the defense. As if we can ever get the ball off.
Hooking it
wow.
way across. Akibwe does get there. Now Highfield leaving it out wide. They drop it in tight. Oof.
Highfield
Big
again.
collision there. Both
Wow.
guys are injured. Highfield gets it back, and then that one sails way up and over. And we had, I think they collided heads. Both players spun on the way and went down. I think it's
Oh boy, you don't want.
Sushi win for Cooper, and it may have been Ambrose here. Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
They collided into each other. You see 47 and 4 right there. And it was kind of forehead against side of head there. And that didn't feel great on either guy's part, but it looks as though the Cooper player, Soshiwin, maybe took the worst of it.
Yeah, he looks a bit dazed.
It was really kind of one of those things. I mean, they just were both going for the ball. I don't think either one had any bad intent there or anything. Just
No, I agree. That was just incidental contact. They were just both going for it and happened to collide.
Here's what we've got coming up on CCX for you here, as both of these schools' football teams will be featured here the next couple of days. Wayzata taking on St. Michael Albertville on Thursday. Note an early start, a 5 p.m. start for that one. And then the Cooper football team will be hosting Orono on Friday night, and we'll have those for you. And then of interest to soccer fans, we've got Cooper volleyball next week as well, but we've got section soccer coming up Tuesday and then Thursday as well of next week. Semis and finals, section and teams to be determined. As we were saying earlier, we've got several pretty good teams in the area this year, so we'll be bouncing around from section to section a little bit, try and get everybody a little bit of airtime, I think.
That'd be nice.
Sushi win. It's going to be carted off here, as not going to take any chances with a little bit of a head injury there. So let's hope that he's doing okay, and regardless of whether he can come back in tonight, just in general, hopefully he'll be all right. And see Ambrose there. He has come out of the game. I think he was feeling well enough that he's probably going to come back in before long, the way it looks.
So we'll keep an eye over on across the field and see how that goes.
Hove sending it up. Hudson with the header. Highfield will give it back to Hudson. Play it back and then lift it up the middle, but again the wind able to knock that one down. Trojans McGugan getting to it, bouncing it to the outside there toward Lyadov. Playing it long here. Here's Highfield trying to run onto that one. Nicely defended. It will be a corner kick upcoming. Good clean tackle on that play, or he would have been in alone. Racino's hustling over.
You see it again, Highfield coming down. Nice, you're right, nice sliding tackle, nicely placed.
Heads up by Highfield to get out. Once he realized that he got out of the way, so it would be a corner kick. Ball bouncing loose in front and nearly in.
I thought it was going to ricochet in the way that ball was moving around.
Corner kicks have been a big weapon for the Trojans tonight. Let's see how close this one gets, as Hove tried to bat it, and two defenders both there and able to keep it out. Throw in for Cooper here. They trail it 3-0, trying to get a little bit of offense going. They have not really had any to speak of tonight. Akibwe is going to head this one back to Roach.
Roach just happened to have contact with the soccer ball. He hasn't touched it in the first half. There have been no shots on goal.
Driving that one upfield, but it was off a Cooper player, and then Akibwe's clear, bounces ahead. Offside flag goes up though.
Offside.
So now Wayzata back there discussing, like, hey, wait a minute there. We nearly gave them an opportunity as Sando was a little bit offside, though.
Yeah, you got to watch us. We've seen Sando before. He's a very good player.
Bounced high upfield here. Barica heading it over toward McGugan. And Barica couldn't quite control it with the chest trap, but he wins it back. Return pass looking to go to Highfield in all kinds of traffic. He'll drop it back out of there to Barica. A little more space to work with here. Now they'll send it across. Highfield traps it down, fires, and just too high. Highfield playing that one chest to foot very nicely, but couldn't quite control it.
Good penetration, got himself in the right position. And gets a left-footed shot just a little bit off target. Here's a good look at number 10, Highfield.
Here's Casimir trying to spin and go with it. He eventually does get by. And then that one he didn't hit very well. Rolled it way out to the left there. He was trying to plead maybe that it was touched by a defender, but it doesn't look like that was the case. So goal kick upcoming here for Cooper.
You can see the wind blowing the jerseys. It has not let up.
No, and at this time of year, you don't really expect until maybe, 9 o'clock or so, sometimes starts to die down. So we'll see how big of a factor it is in that girls' game as well. Estadio Garcia dropping the pass back. Try to bang it long up the middle. Sando hustling out there. Nice step in and steal by Joseph Barica. But Hawks get it back. Estadio Garcia. Play it up the line there, and it's going to be a throw for Wayzata. And good to see Ambrose is coming back in for the Trojans. Jackson Widman, the freshman, also coming in. Ambrose, you can kind of tell that he didn't get the worst of that head-to-head collision. I mean, I don't think it felt great for him either, but definitely Soshi-Win of Cooper got it in a worse spot, it appeared. Up the line, but out. It'll be a throw here for Cooper. Estadio Garcia up the line, but that one knocked high in the air. Clearing attempt from Barica was knocked down, and that allows a little space for the Hawks. Akibwe hustling over there, shielding Sando off of it, and it will be a goal kick here for Wayzata. On a night like this, you can kind of just count on the ball getting pushed by the wind out of play if you can keep that opposing forward off of it for a moment.
It becomes almost vital.
Roach will drive it upfield here for the Trojans. Ambrose getting to it. McGugan keeping possession there. And now they find Hudson. Went for McGugan, knocked away from him. Cooper trying to counter as they come up the middle of the field. Couple nice passes in a row, and they gain it into Wayzata's territory. But then a little mix-up, and Melquist had the steal. Highfield playing it up the line to McGugan, trying to spring Melquist through. A nice through ball there. Melquist now drops the pass off for Ambrose, but just failed to connect. Unselfish play there by Melquist. I was thinking he was lining it up to shoot, and instead send it across to Ambrose, but they were just about a stride off of connecting there.
Let's see if that wind curves the ball on this pass. Yeah, a little bit.
Knocked away here. It'll be a throw for Wayzata. That was one of those that almost was a beautiful goal.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it was a great idea there, and the pass was not far off from being perfect. Gonna go short with the throw this time. Barica leaving it back out. Melquist chipping it to the front. It's all Cooper there on the header, and then Joe Barica sending it in. Here's a follow-up try, but Widman's shot bouncing away. And that wind kept it in, though. I thought it was about to go out. And then it's Hove grabbing it up. And there you look at the flags. Melquist, a strong header as he stepped up into that one. Hudson winning it. Playing it now for Highfield. Highfield stepping to the front. Joe Highfield a shot, and it was blocked. The defender just got back to get a piece of that one. Now a Keebway. Nice takeaway by Hastadillo Garcia. And he got knocked down, though, and play goes on.
And he's getting up gingerly.
Here's McGugan chipping it across. Ambrose gaining control. Hove coming out trying to cover it up, and then it's cleared out.
That's a lot of hustle for Hove. That had to be a scary moment.
Got a Cooper injury here. As writhing in pain down the middle of the field. I believe that is Reeves.
And that's who we saw a moment ago walking gingerly.
Christian Reeves looks like he's holding his left ankle.
Yeah.
See if there as it comes out front. Ambrose trapping it down. Hove with a save. Then it was still loose. And then, yeah, there you see just kind of hobbling. I wonder if it's possible this is a cramp. He just kind of went slow motion down to the ground.
Well, he went down earlier, I saw a few minutes ago, and came up. I think that was in. He came up gingerly. So I don't think the injury happened at that particular time. I think it was compounding. Let's see. Referee K's over there. Oh, we have the second. The linesman on this side is Ty Erickson. On the far side is Melinda Matthias.
And see, I think, I'm not positive, but I think the trainer may have still been with the with Sushi when he got hurt earlier. So the trainer is not out there yet, and I'm guessing that's why. They may have brought Charles into the building, or
yeah, I think you're right. I don't see him across the way. Oh, he may be on the chair there. Hard to say with the mask, but I think you're right.
yeah,
there we go.
That cart coming back, just what you wanted when you're tending to somebody doing your thing to help out the previously injured player, and then you come back in and everybody's going, where were you? Where were you?
Oh, he has to hustle across the field to.
Well, it's easier to hustle with that John Deere cart there, I think.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, it is Reeves, and he was pounding on the turf in some pain and frustration.
Yeah, it's definitely something in the ankle area, or just above the ankle. He could have been twisted or something.
We will take a timeout and step aside for a moment here. Wayzata leading Cooper by a score of 3-0 with an injury timeout here on CCX. So let's hope Christian Reeves is going to be okay here, as he is carted off holding that lower left leg, ankle area, it would appear. We are just shy of the midway point of the second half. 3-0 Wayzata. That was the score at halftime as well. And they've kind of picked up where they left off here in the second half, despite the strong wind being in their faces this half rather than at their backs. That one headed out of play. It'll be a throw coming up for Cooper.
And you can see the field marker on the midfield line is on its side. They keep trying to set it upright, but the wind keeps knocking it down. So I think they've given up.
Couple nice passing connections here for the Hawks, and then deflected up the line, but it's going to roll out of play. We will get a throw for Wayzata.
That was Sua pursuing it. He's got some good speed and good skills.
Well, you kind of think of the what-if part of things here. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that Wayzata hasn't dominated, but if it wasn't for the, that little stretch where they gave up 2 goals, when Cooper was at 1-0,
right,
you're thinking, okay, they're fighting them off. They're doing a pretty good job and all that, but that little stretch of 2 goals really kind of changed the complexion of this one. Not that Wayzata wasn't already dominating, because they were, but
no, that could have deflated the Hawks a little bit.
Roach getting set to kick this one. He's going to go short and low instead of challenging the wind there.
Good thinking.
Now Hudson stepping up to play it, but Hawks get it back. Melquist wins the race to that one. And then his header actually goes backward. Battle for it here. Cooper able to keep possession for the moment anyway. Worked it around there to Jarjay. Tried to send it up the line, but that one is broken up. Into the middle, Barica charging forward to play it. Michael Barica sending it long up the left side. Ambrose running onto it. And that one knocked down. He's going to have to chase it down again here. Got the pass away, but broken up. Good work, though, by the Trojans to keep possession. Well, for a moment anyway. Widman then had it taken away as Sua coming back upfield. Nice ball to the outside.
Oh, just lost it.
Yeah, Keyboy read it well, stepped up and knocked it out. It'll be a throw here for Cooper. I think it's fair to say they've made quite a bit of improvement from the start of the year to the end. I mean, it's not going to show up in win-loss here, but they're playing pretty well here, considering, late down the stretch and even in this game. They've been dominated. There's no doubt, but you can still see the skill development has just gotten a little bit better.
Right. We talking to Coach Getzer last week about that same thing, and he said he's been very pleased with the amount of growth and experience that the team has gotten. He said, we're not going to get anywhere in terms of this year, but next year they'll be in much better shape. And they're also increasing their recruiting per se of getting more players into the program.
Hudson broke that one up. Highfield waiting for it to come down. Now goes to Melquist, and that one knocked down by the wind again. McGugan then played it. Barica sending it up the line, but it bounces away from Highfield.
Yeah, I think the wind is coming a little bit of a crossway.
Yeah, I was
going to
say, I think it switched a little bit in that, because we're seeing balls being pushed out of the field coming toward us, to the near sideline here, more so I think than we were in the first half. Some subs reporting in here for the Trojans. Eden Wynn coming in, and Orlov back in as well.
Boy, and for Cooper, number 41, Tamba got up gingerly after that last exchange. Boy, I'll tell you, they don't need any more injuries right now.
Knocked back out of play by Racinos. Another throw coming up here for Melquist. Orlov circles around to trap that one down. Got the pass away. Kept moving there by Paulson as they work the left side now. Wynn will drop that pass off. Whitman keeping it going, chips it out front. And that'll be a foul call against Wayzata as Paulson came up and got underneath the Cooper player a little bit as he went up for that header. So Hawks quickly trying to go to offense here. Estadio Garcia sending it up, and look at that ball continue to roll as Roach comes out to grab it. Roach putting it down, and then he had to get rid of it quick and ends up popping it way up in the air. And again, wind pushing that one out. Throw for Cooper. Melquist got to it first. Kept there by Abdi Muhammad and then knocked upfield. Highfield waiting for this high bounce. Got it. And then gets a return pass. Highfield stepping forward, playing it to the top of the box. Now coming in, and he will tuck it in for a goal. Joe Highfield working his way almost casually through the defense there to score to make it 4-0 Trojans.
Boy, he made it look easy. Watch this from midfield. Goes right through the defense, gets past the keeper, and then kind of nonchalance it into the open net. He didn't have to pound it, so. You know, we said before that Highfield's probably one of the better players we've seen all season long, and shows it there. I remember last year when we first saw him, I said, just aim the ball to the big tall guy with the long hair. He has really matured.
4-0 lead here for the Trojans. His 8th goal of the season.
The Trojans get their 4th of the match in the 63rd minute play. Nice finish. Number 10, Joe Highfield.
Casimir drops that back. And gets away there. It'll be a throw for Cooper. Melquist kind of held back and quickly taken by Sua there. Now it'll get out of play. Another throw coming for the Trojans. Southwest and Armstrong meeting in the other side of this portion of the bracket in the 4-5 game. So the winner of that game will come here to play Wayzata Tuesday. Throw coming up here for Cooper. They would love to get something on the board late. Barica sending it long upfield here, and too long of a run there to get to it.
Well, he's fast, but not that fast.
Melquist knocking that one down. It went out of play though, just over the line as he passed it to Barica. So a throw here for the Hawks. And let's see whose throw this will be. I believe Wayzata's. Some more substitutions coming in. Melquist looking toward Highfield. Able to trap that one down and go. I'm sorry, that's Orlov. Another blonde guy.
You can't go by the hair anymore.
Couple of nice crisp passes in traffic there for the Hawks, but then last one doesn't pay off as Joe Barica breaks that up. Casimir leaving it as he was nearly tripped up. Now Mahabadi gets the pass away. Good rotation out to the left here for the Trojans, but then a steal as it's sent up the line. It'll be out. A throw coming for Wayzata. Trojans led 3-0 at halftime. Joe Highfield scoring in the 63rd minute here to stretch that lead to 4, and Wayzata has been in command all night long, really from the get-go. No big surprise based on the record coming in and all that, but you have to take care of business, and they've been able to do it so far. Isaac Monroe, number 15, reporting in now, and Akibwe will be presumably done for the evening here for the Trojans. It's been such a short season, too, that I wonder if it maybe impacts a little bit how much you sub in these playoff games and everything.
To get everybody on?
Yeah. You want to get everybody in. And then at the same time, though, you want to make sure you're staying sharp for the next, games to come, too. So you don't want to, get too excited and pull all your starters, too early either.
Right. Yeah, and there's still plenty of time. 13 minutes to go in the match.
They work the tightrope up the sideline there, but then too many white jerseys in the way. That one sent right back, though. Casimir hustles over to get to it for the Trojans. Keeps possession.
Oop, trip.
Down he goes, and a foul call against the Hawks. Be a free kick, and a yellow card will be issued there to Shadrach Tamba of Cooper.
Yeah, he came up behind him and got all legs and no ball, really. Yeah, just a tackle on the feet and down he went. Good call by the referee.
Hard to say, though, if the card was already going to be coming out or if it was because of something he said in departing there. So a free kick here for Wayzata. Hudson. And that one off a defender. It will be a throw-in for the Trojans. Matthew Dew, number 24, coming in now for Wayzata. Melquist taking the throw. High bouncer. Oh, and Dew fresh into the game there. Got an opportunity, but his volley sails up and over the top. So a goal kick upcoming now for Cooper. That would have been quite a thrill if you just get into the game for the first time and pop one in.
Talk about golden opportunities. Every time Cooper tries to get something going, the Wayzata defense is right there to get that takeaway.
Mahabadi playing it to the outside. Now, they've only allowed 5 goals all season. They've been
stingy.
Yeah, stellar in the back for sure. And we haven't really had to see Roach, do anything tonight, but based on what we've seen earlier in the year, he is a legitimately good keeper.
Yes, he is.
Long bouncer here, and it will come back to Jack Roach, the sophomore for the Trojans. Gonna swing it out left here to Melquist. Keeps it moving there to Wynn. Driven upfield, but it'll sail out of play. We get a throw coming up here for Cooper. Melquist coming in to pick it up. And nice takeaway there, but it'll just roll out. Throw for the Trojans. Good work though by Sua. Dew dropping that pass off to Hudson. The return then was knocked away, and Hudson will track it down. And that one right into the arms of Dominic Duenas. We'll get a throw here for Wayzata. 4 different goal scorers for the Trojans. Orlov, Akibwe, Melquist, and then Highfield here in the second half, resulting in this 4-0 lead for Wayzata. At least based on the sound of it, Sig, I don't think the wind is letting up any.
No, it hasn't. I thought it would die down a little bit, but that's not the case.
Fight for it up the line here. And a little bit of a takedown by Orlov, so we will get a free kick coming up here for Cooper. Melquist knocking that one up in the air, and it went backward a little bit. And a long attempt there that goes way wide of the mark. So a goal kick upcoming here for Roach of the Trojans.
No, you're right, Jay. The wind hasn't slowed down any. The ball was moving again on the ground.
Highfield, or Orloff again, I'm sorry, keeping control of that one. And Astudillo Garcia flicks it to the outside, but out of play it goes. Melquist will take the throw in here for the Trojans. Mahabadi controlling. Now Hudson trying to send Orlov up the middle.
Nice takeaway, then the return takeaway.
Yeah, the guys are working hard out there for sure.
Cooper doesn't really care what the score. They're out there to play.
Orlov giving it back for Dew. And then that one broken up. See, Cooper, they've definitely had some stretches where they're really connecting nicely on passes. I mean, they have an idea what they want to do, and at times have done it fairly well. They're just running into a really good team here.
Yeah, besides they're also outnumbered. There's another breakaway. Because Cooper drops that defensive line back and brings back the midfielders, and that leaves them a little bit short up on top.
Melquist curving that one into the middle, but it's banged out of there.
Yes, and this is what happened. They got one guy up at top. They got 3 Wayzata midfielders or defenders waiting for it. So the odds are not in your favor to get possession.
Throw in coming here for the Trojans as we tick down under 7 minutes to play in this one. Wayzata is going to advance into the semifinals. Watch for the Wayzata Armstrong girls quarterfinal here on CCX as well. Widman coming in with it here for the Trojans. His pass knocked away. Now Sua has a little bit of space to work with here for Cooper. Nice pass to the middle. Estadio Garcia getting a shot, and Roach lunging over to make the stop. Really his first of the night of any consequence, and that maybe even actually the first shot on goal period.
Yep.
But
looking over at the Woolley sheet, that's one shot, one on goal. So Cooper finally penetrates the defense to get a shot on goal.
Trojans attacking up that left side. Now he got a decent cross away there, but comes to the keeper, Hove.
Wait, look at the hook on that thing. Wow.
Trojans trying to get right back to offense there. Dew knocked it ahead, but then sent out of there ahead to Sua. Knocked loose, but it comes right to Sando. Sando is staying with it.
Yeah, got.
And the Trojans will end up just clearing it out. We get a throw coming here for Cooper.
5 minutes remaining in the regulation, 5 minutes.
So Cooper now with an opportunity with this throw in as they make their subs.
Cyrus Jarjay will take the throw here for the Hawks. And that's going to be a corner kick, first of the night for Cooper, as Malquist was in a tough spot there no matter where he kicked that one. The wind looked like it was going to push it over the goal line there.
We can see the effect the wind has on our cameras even.
Sua going low with it, but it'll be just into the side of the net. So goal kick upcoming here for the Trojans. Wayzata is going to reach double figures in wins tonight, which, considering how shortened the season was, is pretty good.
That's pretty darn good, yes.
I had a chance to talk to a couple of the captains, Matt Hudson and Michael Barica, the other day, and also Coach Duenas, and I was really impressed so that, it would be easy to be really upset that there wasn't a state tournament when you're a team that maybe has a chance to win.
Right.
But they just, I felt like they had a pretty good attitude about it. Maybe they were just saying the right things for the camera or whatever, but
No, I don't.
They just, looked at it as we're glad we got a chance to have a season at all, and winning the Lake Conference mattered to us. We put some stock in that, and then now trying to win the Section 6 tournament is going to matter to us too. So that's a good way to look at it.
Oh, it is. And as I was saying earlier, every coach we've talked to for the whole season has said the same thing, that they are so grateful, and the players are so grateful that they can even have this season take place.
Roach got it upfield ultimately to Orlov. They swing it around left side here. They use the whole field pretty well too. I mean,
they do.
You're not seeing them getting into just patterns where it's always going the same way, always up the middle or always from the right or left side. They're varying things up, and just kind of a good overall soccer IQ on this team too, I think.
Yeah, it really is. 'Cause what they do is they'll send the ball up either sideline or up the middle. They see where the defense is playing, see what they're going to get, and then make their adjustments as they go on the fly down the field. That's a sign of a very well coached, very mature team.
Two getting it ahead now. Orlov dropping the pass back to Mahabadi. As we go under 2 minutes to play, Mahabadi keeping it alive up the sideline, and then down he went, tripped up. Foul call against Cooper, and Mahabadi a little shaken up. It's going to be a free kick out there on the edge for the Trojans. See the little takedown right there.
Free kick, Wayzata.
Gonna roll it low, and nice sliding play to knock that one out of there. And then boomed way downfield. This one looks like it'll get all the way to Roach there. Roach gonna sling it upfield for Melquist. That one's intercepted now. Cooper trying to go to the attack. Knocked away though, and now Woodman coming through with it. Here's Orlov. Ooh, he was shouldered off that ball nicely.
Yeah, it wasn't a foul. That was shoulder to shoulder.
Down to the last half minute. That one's going to get over for a goal kick here. And Roach gonna not need to be in any hurry here as we're down to 15 seconds to go. Wayzata is going to win it, as we said, their 10th win of the season.
10 seconds.
And will advance into the semifinals, where they will be the host and will continue to host throughout as the top seed here in this 6AA tournament. So again, 4 different goal scorers for the Trojans. They came out and played a strong match here tonight. Dominated. Cooper held in for a while, but just too many opportunities ultimately for the Trojans, and they end up winning it here this evening. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's match. Again, a reminder to watch for the Wayzata girls team in action against Armstrong in the Section 6 quarterfinals here on CCX as well. That'll do it for the boys game. It is Wayzata 4 and Cooper nothing, your final score.